Well, Cage, Chad Cornes, Motlop, should the Power look at trading him? Let's have a look. Chad Cornes, 31 next year, 230 games with the Power. Of course, a premiership player, two-time All-Australian. Would you trade him?
No, I wouldn't. I've said that from day one, and I'll continue to stand by it. He's got another year of his contract to run. I think Chad now, who won't play the rest of the year, should take a break, freshen himself up, get into pre-season. And if I was in the Port Adelaide camp, I'd be saying to Chad Cornes, you are a required player. You're under contract.
All right, this year, Cage, he's played 14 games. Yep. Last year, he played 18 games. The year before that, 13 games. Is that good return value for money?
Probably not. And his form hasn't been as good as Chad would have liked to have been this year. But he still can, in my view, can find a place in that Port Adelaide side. And look, they've got so many youngsters coming through now. So many youngsters, they need the experienced campaigners, of which Chad is one, plus the fact that his presence on the ground is also an enormous plus for Port Adelaide. No way would I trade him.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cage. I wouldn't trade him. I think they need to thin him down just a little bit, take the stress off his body, give him a nice pre-season. I think they get a lot of value out of him. His experience, they can't get it. But here's the question, Cage. If they considered trading him, what would they get for him?
Well, that's a very good question. At 31, you wouldn't get too much, I wouldn't think.
So you say, well, he's better with it. Exactly right.
What's the point?
All right, Daniel Motlop, 27 next season, 61 games with the Power. Of course, he played 47 with North Melbourne. This year, he will have played 9 games to date. Cage played 11 games last year, and of course, he played 21 the year before. So the last 2 seasons haven't been all that flash for Daniel Motlop. He's had an unfortunate separation. His young son's now with his ex-partner, Jesse, up in Perth. So is Perth the possibility? West Coast could finish down the bottom end. Is he a player West Coast might be interested in?
Well, they possibly could. He's a very good player when he's on song, Daniel Motlop, no question about that. But he hasn't been on song, and the worst part about Daniel Motlop is his body language, which was disgraceful this year, to be perfectly honest and perfectly blunt. Look, I'd be looking at Daniel Motlop, and if I was Port Adelaide, saying, hey, go back to North Adelaide and just show me and the club, if I was about to promise, what you are capable of doing on a consistent basis. If he was prepared to do that and work hard for the last 4 or 5 games of the year, then I would certainly look at keeping Daniel Motlop, but his attitude's got to change.
All right, they were going to drop him before he got suspended. Of course, he served his suspension. Now he's got to go back. So that's 3 weeks since he would have played. Maybe another week with North Adelaide, 4 weeks, 2 games remaining.
Well, he's got to show in those games remaining that he wants to stay here in Adelaide and play the type of football that we know Daniel Motlop can play. Look, he would be tradable, no question about that. With his family back in Perth, it would be ideal for Freo to look at him, no question. And they probably will.
All right, let's have a look at the update on the Fab 3 that are left with the Crows. Andrew McLeod probably won't play again this weekend, Cage. That means he's played 1 game in the last 7 for the Adelaide Crows. So where's he at? Simon Goodwin still in the moon boot. We heard he was going to be out earlier, but still in the moon boot, so he won't play this weekend. So that's week 3 coming up for him.
The Birdman.
The Birdman. Now, this is the interesting one, Cage. He hasn't played for the Crows since round 7 of this year. Of course, he came back round 16, played with Nord, got that knock on the shin, which became the ankle. So this is 3 weeks for him. He's got to play this weekend. Of course, hopefully he gets to play this weekend.
The Eagles.
So if he gets in and plays with the Eagles against Port Adelaide, then he's got a couple more games, maybe 2 or 3, and he could get in for that last game. But the Fab 3, they're all struggling
big time
to get to the line for another game.
Well, look, I think it's going to hinge solely on whether or not Adelaide can make the finals. If they're
still holding on to that,
well, I am. I
admire you.
If it comes to the last game of the year, and if they beat St Kilda, they win a place in the finals, I don't think they'd gamble on. No way. But if it's Red Rover all over, come the last game of the year against Kilda at home, I reckon the Fabulous 3 should get a game.
Oh, no doubt about that. I agree with that.
No question at all, but it will hinge on their final
So you've got them beating the Bulldogs, Collingwood and St Kilda to get into the top 8, have you?
I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles.
If you believe in that, you do believe in miracles.
You're right.